Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Lav here. I want to address a couple of questions. I get these questions asked me a lot on a lot of my videos, so sometimes I like to do these little, question and answer videos to try to answer it, and hopefully, people watch the video and don't ask the question 1,000 times again. So, why do you not like quarter turn shut off valves on the sinks? All right, I'll tell you why I don't like the quarter turn shut off valves on the sinks. Um, years ago they had you had to crank the type of crank the shut off to shut the water off on the kitchen sinks, lavatory sinks, toilets. Then they came out with these quarter turn ones, which is quarter turn and it's on. The reason why I don't like those is a lot of times as a plumber, what you'll do is you'll dress a sink up, outside. You'll put the drain on, the faucet assembly, maybe the supplies, the flexible supplies, and then you'll drop the sink in, whether it's a drop in or a kitchen sink. It's a lot easier to do all that stuff on the floor than crawl underneath there and put the sink together. And what happens a lot of times is if you do dress up the sink like that and you drop it inside and there's a quarter turn shutoffs, sometimes, with the flexible hoses or the pop-up or drain assembly, you could just touch those quarter turn shutoffs and they turn on and they're spraying water everywhere. I had this happen to me a dozen of times, half a dozen times. And that's why I don't like using them quarter turn shutoff valves. With the crank type, that won't happen. And out in the real world, us guys that actually work for a living, that's the type of stuff we run into. We run into these problems and we say, well, I don't really like that. I don't really like that quarter turn shut off because this could happen or that could happen. And it's just, what you ran into, problems you ran into in the past, and you don't like using that particular thing because of the problems you ran into. It's just how it is. So that's why I don't really like to use the quarter turn shutoffs. I have them in the truck. I'll use them if I have to, but I rather use the old style crank type. And the old style crank type, I can replace the washers on those, and I've been using those for years. So that's why I'm old school when it comes to that. That's just my opinion, my experiences, and that's why I don't like to use them. Next question I have is, how do you make the PVC toilet pump? All right, the pump I use on pumping toilets out is I never made that thing. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I got a brand new one right here. It's made from Wolverine brass. Can you see that? Is it focused? It's made from Wolverine brass. Now, Wolverine brass is an online distributor that sells basically to plumbers. Is what it is. There's Sex Hour. There's a couple of different, companies that online that sell to plumbers. Crest, and they got all kinds of basically plumbing stuff, and they try to basically sell to master plumbers and guys that are in business for plumbing. But that's it. Wolverine brass. You could probably get it online, I guess, if you tried. I buy like, two at a time, and they're like $35-40 a piece. But this thing will last me like, 4 years, this pump. This pump will last me 4 years. I've never taken one apart and tried to clean it or nothing. The other one I had has got a brass adapter. This one's got a plastic adapter. They're starting to get cheap. I don't know if they're making them in Taiwan or whatnot, but this little metal piece usually doesn't last. I usually just pop that right off. It's just for pumping water out of toilets, basically, is what I use it for. Condensate pumps and stuff like that, I'll use it for. It comes in handy. If you got to pump water out of something, it's very, very handy. And like I said, I'm just doing this video, guys. I'm trying to answer some questions that I get asked a lot. Do you like plumbing, heating, or HVAC better? I get that question a lot. I like them all, to be honest with you. There's some guys that do just HVAC. Now, what's HVAC? When you say HVAC, they think of furnaces and hot air. They don't HVAC, they don't put hydronic heating in that category. I don't know why. It all depends on where you're brought up and where you're located. Um, Up my way, I get a lot of hydronic heating and straight AC. Um, it's just down south, some guys just work on hot air systems. They work on just gas hot air systems. That's all they do. They don't do hydronics. You talk to them about hydronic heating, it's like, oh no, I never see that. I never see that. So it depends where you're brought up, what area you're in, what part of the country, and it's all part of it. I think hydronic heating is a big part of HVAC. So is hot air, and plumbing is a different aspect. Up my way, it's hard to get the plumbing license. I was brought up. My father was a plumber, so I got in as a plumbing heating guy, and then I went to school for went to school for air conditioning, learned that. I went to school for oil burners, and learned that, and I kept going to school, learning what I could as I went along. And I got a bunch of licenses now after 32 years, but you got to start off slowly. You start off and you learn what you can. I tell the new guys, the young kids, just learn whatever you can, guys. Just learn everything you can. Try to get in with somebody that's, very knowledgeable and has been in the trade, and then he could teach you a bunch of stuff. It's not an easy racket to get involved with. A lot of times, have to know somebody, or your father's involved with it. He'll get you in and kind of wean you in. It's not an easy thing. Worst plumbing job I've ever seen. I get this a lot. I don't know. I'll have to do a video just on that particular thing. I've seen a lot of stuff over the years. A lot of stuff I wish that I had cameras to record back in the day. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been doing this for 32 years, and shit, if I had the camera for some of the stuff I seen, holy cow. Oh yeah, I got some doozies. You guys say, oh, why do you wear gloves? Why would you wear gloves? You wear gloves to protect yourself from hepatitis, AIDS, all this crazy shit that's out there. Working on drains, it's all black, nasty. Yeah, just doctors wear gloves. Doctors wear rubber gloves. Now, everybody says, oh, them gloves don't last, they rip. Yeah, well, if they rip, you throw them out and you put a new pair on. I buy them by the cases, Some jobs I go to 3 pairs of gloves. I don't care. I just pull them off, just like a surgeon comes over and he's examining you and touching you. He's got gloves on, And if them gloves rip, he pulls them off. If he's starting to sweat with them, he pulls them off, wipes his hands off, put a new set on. That's how I do it. Guys say, oh, why do you wear them black gloves with the rubber coating on them? Well, why would I wear them flipping gloves? They're gonna get all nasty and shit, within a couple hours. And what good are they? I like the throwaway gloves. I put the glove on, I do my thing. They get nasty. I rip them off. I wipe my hands off with a rag. I put new ones on. My hands stay clean. There's all kinds of diseases out there, and that's why I wear those rubber gloves. Hepatitis C, B, A, all this crazy stuff out there, and you can catch all that stuff from any of them drains, any of them. So I always wear gloves. First thing I do before I even pick up my tools, before I even go in the houses, I put them blue gloves on. Then I pick up my tools and I go in. Will my hands get dirty? Maybe not. Maybe I'll be working on air conditioning. I don't care. I'm protected. My hands are protected. They start sweating, I pull them gloves off. Let my hands breathe a little bit, I'll put a new set on. Some jobs I go through 3, 4 sets of gloves. What do I give a shit? My hands are clean. And I had some old plumbers. Oh, you're wearing gloves. I tell them old buzzers. You guys are so stuck on stupid. Back in the day, you're lucky. You still got your fingers and your dick didn't fall off. Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, making fun of me because I wear gloves. You guys are stuck on stupid. Yeah, I always wear gloves. Been wearing gloves for years, probably 25 years. At first I didn't, but I always wear them now. Always. Even if I, take dishes out of my sink, I put gloves on. Just how I do it. That's that. I get a lot of questions also with, my hot rods. How come I never take them out? I got a bunch of hot rods, and I made a lot of money over the years. I made a lot of money, and I bought a lot of hot rods, and I haven't been driving them lately, but I really need to take them out. They're nice cars. I got more money I paid cash for those cars than a lot of you guys are probably making your lifetime. But I need to take the cars out and do some videos on them. I really need to, and just trying to answer a little couple of questions and staying in touch with my subscribers, and you get to know who I am with these vlogs. I try to answer the questions the best I can. If I get a bunch of questions asked to me a lot, I'll try to do them in these vlogs. I got a couple of cooking videos that I did, and I know some of the guys like the cooking videos, how real working men cook. Us real working guys got to stick together. Us guys, not phony balonies, but the guys that actually have a job and work out there in the field. We need to stick together and try to do. I try to do cooking videos. I try to help the other guys out, type of thing. So, all right, guys, I appreciate all you guys watching, and all the comments and all the subscribers. I really do. I really do enjoy the back and forth, with the content and the comments, and more videos to come. You good boy? You good boy? What's all the growling for? You a good boy? Huh? You a good boy? Nice seat you got there. You got a nice little seat there, buddy. You growling at?